Stormers and Bulls, folks. My son, who's a Stormers fan, is a happy chappy after this one. 37 points to 27. I'm a pretty happy chappy as well because that was a pretty entertaining game. You had a big old crowd. You had some smoke, fireworks at the start of the game. You had the Bulls in a pink jersey. There was lots to like about the game that was played. From Cape Town, what I would say is this morning, but obviously not the morning where it was being played locally, evening game. But yeah, we've got some key events and some stats, and you guys can let us know your thoughts. Honestly, the crowd was great. There was a lot of criticism about the South African teams not getting good fan turnouts for the European games with the Champions Cup, and I swear part of it is this: you don't know the teams. Like, you introduce a new competition and tell people it's very important. That doesn't mean anything, but Stormers Bulls, that clearly means something to a lot of the fans, man, because it was a really good turnout. The atmosphere just seemed really great. I know, it's just more enjoyable watching a game with a crowd like that. What happens early? The Stormers get a couple of shots at goal. Libok, 2 penalties in the first 10 minutes, sends them out to a 6-0 lead. Michael van Staden gets yellow carded on like 12 minutes for a head-on-head clash with Daimani, I think it was. No, it wasn't Daimani, that was later on. But anyway, it was like a guy catching a high ball. I forget who it was now. And as he was kind of landing, they just kind of clashed heads. So one of those incidental ones, the referee's happy to not give a red for that, thankfully, because I think that would have been overkill. But he gets yellow, and it's a good chance for the Stormers to push wide. Speaking of Daimani, he goes just short not long later. Bloody close. Stormers probably should have scored from that one, but they concede a penalty. And yeah, the Bulls even managed to get a penalty towards the end of the yellow card. So it finishes like 6-3 by the end of the yellow card period. The Bulls actually kind of managed to escape that period. Not too bad. No real damage done. David Willemse was doing really well under the high ball as well, which was quite pleasing because, the dude is a bit of a jack of all trades in terms of playing multiple positions, but it's good to see him have that skill set. He's just looked really a lot more assured in the last 18 months or so. He's really starting to look the business, which is really good because he's always had the skills. It's just sometimes like the consistency which has not been there with him. 23 minutes, the Stormers, they get a maul chance and it goes close. It goes so close, in fact, the Bulls cynically bring it down. Elriclo gets himself yellow carded and it costs his team 7 points because the referee awards them a penalty try. So 13 points to 3. You're thinking, man, Stormers really could go and put the Bulls to the sword here if they can make the most of this yellow card. But interestingly, it's more the Bulls, isn't it? Kind of surprising. The Bulls just seemed angry. They had the man down. And during the yellow card, they get the try. It's only like 3 minutes later. Nizam Carr from some great Bulls pressure and Hussam with a nice cross kick. Carr takes it. You would have thought the Bulls were the team with the man up at that point. So nice bit of pressure. 13-10. Both sides then kind of set into a bit of a pattern of, winning turnovers. Van Staden gets one. Kitsoff gets one. Both sides defensively end the half pretty sound, but the Bulls managed to finish the half with a penalty on the back of a big scrum a few minutes earlier. Like, the scrum was really doing the business for the Bulls. So 13 points apiece. Stormers do have one last chance before half time, but their line-out gets stolen. They had a couple of line-outs go awry in that first half. So yeah, the Bulls have got the position in the territory, but the tackling numbers are not great. In that first half, it's mostly the Stormers who are looking sharp on attack. Second half gets underway. Kurtley Arendse, with all that footwork on it, he runs straight into Stephen Kitsoff. The commentary team had a field day with that one. It's like, why would you do that? You're like the smallest guy on the field running into Stephen Kitsoff. Why not try to run around him? But it's just one of those things. Libok misses a kickable shot at goal, which is a little bit, I don't know, concerning given the state of the game, but he does kick a kind of clutch one later on to kind of make up for it. But it doesn't really matter because 2 minutes later, Dweber gets the line out right, and Dweber finishes a great phase, a few phases of play for the Stormers. So he's a real powerful unit, isn't he? I still reckon that guy's got heaps of potential. I know he had a lot of criticism for his line-out throwing when he was playing for the Box. And it's hard when Mbonambi and Marks are the guys you're being compared to. But, that was a magnificent try. 20 points to 13. And if you call that try magnificent, you need a better word for the next one. The Hartzenberg one is just madness. It is like absolutely any fan who went to that game is going to be talking about this try. Maybe not Bulls fans, but like price of admission. This is what you want to see from the restart, man. Who gets involved? Like Diamani has a pass in there. Libok's got a pass. Davids back to Hartzenberg. There's multiple guys who just run great lines, great hands, great decision making. Fantastic, phenomenal, beautiful, fantastic. What else have I said? What's another good word? Yeah, extraordinary. Great try, man. 27-13. Bam, bam. Stormers 2 tries. Yeah. I get then the call to go help put some groceries away. And while I'm putting the groceries away, the Stormers score another bloody try. This time it's Mani Libok who sets it up just when he sees that kind of half gap. Backs himself to take it. Wide pass. Really wide pass to Zas. And Zas looks like he's got too much to do. But he can still do it, man. It's absolutely insane stuff. 34-13. Bang, bang, bang. The Stormers have absolutely, in that space of how many minutes? Is it like 6 minutes? They've just taken the game away from the Bulls. A game that was tied up at half time. Can the Bulls come back into the game? Well, I mean, their scrum still does well. It wins some penalties. Van Staden manages to get one back on 63 minutes, but they're still really chasing the game. As they're chasing the game, like just certain things will let them down. Like they've got the momentum, but then there'll be a forward pass or a drop ball. So they've still got 10 minutes. But then I was speaking about Libok with that clutch penalty, because remember it's a 14-point lead. 71 minutes. It's a decently long kick. Libok makes no mistake. So that makes it a 3-score game and pretty much the game in the bag for the Stormers. The Bulls do get one last consolation one on 78 minutes through Big Bismarck. That one was just like a maul, close range phases. They've got time to chase the bonus point, but it's not going to happen for the Bulls. So, yeah, it finishes a 10-point deficit. The Bulls just the 3 tries, so a wee bit short. But, man, what a game. I loved it. Just that crazy period of play with the Stormers. Bang, bang, bang tries. The Bulls coming back into it to make the scoreboard at least, a little bit interesting at the end, chasing the bonus point. Yeah, great crowd. Atmosphere seemed great. I don't know. Just a really great way to start the day. Or end the day if you're in South Africa. So possession, the Stormers have less. Likewise territory, but man, they get more defenders beaten, 20-14. More turnovers, 4-2. They tackled at a higher rate, so the Stormers had the kind of key areas where it counted. Arons had 80 metres for the Bulls. Van Staden made 11 tackles. Scored himself a try, also got himself a yellow card. Busy outing for him, but I mean, Zas, 71 metres, beats 4 defenders. Libok beats 4 defenders. He's looking the business, isn't he? Dixon in the second row, 20 tackles. So, yeah, great rivalry game. And as we lead into the Christmas period, I guess a few people with some time off. If kind of work's shut down for a lot of people, good to see them get out and support the team. So, yeah, I'm going to go watch a couple of the Irish teams play now. You guys let us know your thoughts on the game. And, yeah, if you want to watch these games in America, I should say this at the start, they're on Flow Rugby. All the URC games are on Flow Rugby if you're in the States. So check it out. I'll put a link in the description. You guys take care. I'll talk to you again soon. See you later.